This part's gonna be a little weird, because it's gonna be kind of spliced between here and what we recorded as the end. But it turns out the generous person who made this game told how to talk to this bat pony. So, yeah, I figured we'd give her a talk. What say you, Sapare?
Do it.
Okay, so she wants to talk about monsters, which, to be fair, is a very vague thing to want to talk about. I think we asked her about vampires before, and those are monsters. Heck, zombies are monsters. Yeah, maybe it was just bats. That got your attention, so about... You like monsters too? Gah, personal space! Oops, sorry. I'm just positively ecstatic to be another monster enthusiast here. Enthusiast, right, sure. Wanna talk for a second? You've got my undivided attention. You know, yeah. She's actually kind of adorable.
Kind of, but I don't know, that thing on her neck makes me think of Edgeworth/One.
She's probably Edgeworth, if Edgeworth was a bat pony. Let's see, who are you? My name's Cryptania. What's yours? Final scratch. I've seen bat ponies frequent the nightclubs I perform in, but I haven't seen any pony like you that looks as, geeky. You say that like it's a bad thing. Don't be fooled, though. It'd be easier to list the genres that I don't like. I mean, there's something special about every genre. Big band is swinging, classical is so refined. But honestly, I think what I like most is heavy metal. There's just something so primal and animalistic about it. The aggression and the emotion reminds me of how deep down, no matter how evolved, we're all just animals. I'm just not a big fan of huge crowds. Agoraphobia. Anyway, what sort of music do you like to play during your performances? Well, ponies usually like to think all I play is dubstep. It's a blast to hear, but I like to play all sorts of modern music, rock and roll, techno, rap, you name it. That all sounds really cool, but it's a bit sad that there are ponies out there that generalize and dislike you for something you like. I fear people are always judging me for everything. Not just in music either. I also love collecting Transformers, but I'd rather not talk about that. I don't figure you as an action-figure type. It's not weird for an adult to collect toys or anything, right? Don't sweat that kind of stuff. Ponies like what they like, you know? My personal hobbies aren't the half of it. It's also because of my fascination with monsters. Telling ponies that you like to document the mating habits of chupacabras is not a good way to make friends. And that's why I'm simply ecstatic to see another music and monster enthusiast like me. We should totally hang out sometime and go study monsters. Sure. How about bailing this place first? Well, duh.
So, she also studies the mating habits of heavy metal and Transformers?
Probably. This character is very weird. This is another one that falls under the characters that appear to be less than serious. I also don't know if projecting, but I wonder if the person who makes this game is a clopper.
Why a clopper specifically? Just because of mating habit line?
Yes, because who studies the mating habits of chupacabras?
I don't know. Someone who's interested in biology?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying I study... She listed like 15 different things.
She listed a lot of things. I'm just saying I study the mating habits of ponies. And, that also isn't a good way to make friends. But, you know, that's what the internet is for.
Either way, that was quite a rant for me. I will say one thing I wanted to point out, because I don't think we actually ever specifically said it. I do hope that he kinda adds the ability to make conversation move when you click, like in normally, like in Phoenix Light or any
actually, I can do that. Hopefully she'll still talk to us normally, but if you change the voices to being off, it does that, which I still think it should let you do it anyways. I hope he adds it as a separate option, but for whatever reason, it currently autos to voice and text even though there's no voice. But if you set it to text only, people have told me that you can click through the game instead of having it auto-go. But I do agree, that still should be a separate option. Especially since there are currently no voice acting, there's just no voice acting in the game.
And he said he won't add voice acting
until
the version
after it's fit. Yeah, though this is taking longer than he expected, so there's no guarantee that's still the plan, but I wouldn't be surprised. Heck, even the voice acting might be taking longer than he expected. Hey, got a moment? I was hoping to overlook my notes to see if there's a way we can escape.
I mean, I was gonna say, obviously it's taking longer than he expected. He's getting distracted studying the mating habits of whatever the fuck it was.
Chupacabras. Yeah.
What are those?
Those are I want to say Mexican, might just be general Spanish type monster that's said to eat goats.
Okay.
It's a weird mixture of things. It's one of those monsters that I think it has like a snake tail and a lion head. It's basically like a chimera if a chimera was simply known for eating goats for some reason. So.
Fair enough.
But I think I can handle the emotional horrors of social interaction. How'd you get here? Well, while I was writing my book, I noticed that I had yet to write a chapter about the pack behaviors of timberwolves in my manuscript. Ah yes, timberwolves. Not one to leave out any details, I decided to pack my book and my supplies and head out to the Everfree Forest, my oldest stomping grounds. That just runs into Everfree Forest. Y'all people are crazy, considering ponies actually die.
One of you guys is a changeling, one of you guys is a bad pony. These are not the normal. These are not the normal equestrian ponies.
That is true. It's not as crazy as the other mare, because at least bat ponies have night vision and it's probably given those ears better hearing. I prepared an empty clearing in hopes that the timberwolves would relocate their pack. Lacing the clearing with a simple but potent pheromone would attract them to the area.
What did you make the pheromone out of?
Kinky. I don't know. If I stayed downwind from them, it would allow me in a close enough proximity without alerting them to my presence. Unfortunately, I tripped on a vine, like the utter klutz I am, and spilled a dab of the stuff on my clothes, so when the timberwolves inevitably trace the smell, they're much more interested in me. To use your knowledge of monster behavior and tame them to happily accept belly rubs? If by taming them you mean running away like a little filly, then sure. I mean, to be fair, you're a bat pony. Couldn't you have flown away?
But I don't know. My old theory stands that the trees are too thick
and too dense,
and you can't fly.
Right, that makes sense. Oh yeah, this is bringing up something she said a while ago, but how do you feel about the whole transform mare? Normally I'm fine with pony, like human-like things in the pony world, but it's kind of weird for this game. Have a game with zombie ponies, death, and transformers.
I will say that the comedic relief in this game has more often than not been, at least from this part of the game, it has more often been missed than hit, but that's because the game itself is so serious that any comedic relief often feels weird.
Yeah,
but I don't know if she's gonna be in the same way in the final version or not, because you can't even do this.
Right, without having... Yeah, there's no in-game hints. Literally, the only reason we know this is the person who made the game, when he posted the link to the game, I didn't know this, but in his comments he told people how to talk to the Batmare, which is very nice, but that does mean there's no puzzle solving involved right now. There's just, actually looking through his comment section.
Yeah. But
or
yeah, I guess I'm
comment
sure to answer
section.
your question. It's out of place, but I'm not gonna lynch him for it either way.
Yeah.
If he wants to keep it, he can keep it, but it's out of place.
That's fair, and I can agree on the comedic relief. I think I like things being light, some things having a little bit of lightheartedness, but I think I like the idea of things always having a dark undertone, which I think is kind of what you were gonna say. Kind of like with Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes cracked some jokes, and he was overall likable, but in the end of the day, he was still a bad guy. He had a troubled past, and even now, he is not what you would call a good pony. He gambles your soul, like, you know.
Yeah,
it's kind of
dark humor.
Yeah, which I think works better with a dark game. Usually.
I would say the most lighthearted the game is at the very beginning when Vanya doesn't yet understand what is going on, but that kind of means that it slips into more darker themes as it goes on, which works.
Right, exactly.
But here,
which
this
works
is in the middle of the game, and now you're suddenly pulling out a pony who chases beasts through the Everfree Forest and stuff like that.
Right, exactly. That's how I'm feeling right now. The worst part was that I was in thick foliage, so I couldn't simply fly away. Okay, so she gave you
Someone likes my headcanon.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Running was really my only option. Imagine my surprise when I found this house in the middle of nowhere. The door was unlocked, so I quickly dashed inside, locking the door behind me. Spelling error.
Okay, yes. I didn't even see it.
I would hear the sound of the dogs clawing at the door, the smell still fresh on my clothes. That's when I met the necromancer. What'd you learn about the necromancer? Sure did. She even had that hood down on her cloak, so I clearly saw her face. Believe it or not, she actually is just a normal pony. I didn't mind that I trespassed in her home uninvited. Oh, okay.
She's really friendly, that's why I'm in this dungeon.
Yes, exactly. However, the zombie cult that follows her around was anything but normal. When I first saw him, my heart skipped a beat, but that fear was soon turned into with fascination. That seems a little weirdly worded. Turned into with fascination.
One of the two, not both.
Yes, exactly. It was amazing. She had complete control over him and allowed me to get closer to him without him attacking me. It was my first undead encounter. To say I was ecstatic was an understatement. Wow. You're a lot luckier than we are coming in here. Also, I mean, I don't know, maybe the bitch should be, grateful. I bet if her son wasn't a zombie, he wouldn't listen as well.
Right, I mean, he did have a habit of just running through the forest and falling down. Damn it, that hasn't happened yet. Never mind, I didn't say anything.
We didn't say anything, yeah. The lips are sealed. I immediately opened my book and started to jot down the start of a new chapter dedicated to undead monsters. Once it caught her eye, she asked if she could see it. I was a little hesitant to hand it over. I mean, my book is my baby. But I eventually gave her the book and she flipped through the pages. She stopped on one page for quite a long time as a smile began to form on her face. That's probably began, but also...
What is this text having so many errors? Is that why it's not... Is it because it's not actually important?
It's probably because the book is, because it's not part of the normal demo.
Yes.
I'll give this the benefit of the doubt and just
fair.
say it'll be fixed out, later. But I do agree it has a lot of errors, comparatively to the rest of the game. Suddenly I heard voices coming from the walls and ghosts materializing out of thin air. They tried their best to spook me, yet I had no fear. If anything, I was more excited to observe such rare phenomenon. Man, you're kind of a badass. Man, this game would be...
Stupid sense, but yes.
In kind of a stupid sense, but imagine how easy this game would be if she was the main character. She isn't afraid of nothing.
But she won't solve anything. She doesn't seem that intelligent.
That's true. Octavia has a much better mind for this stuff.
She literally just sits in this room not caring.
Yeah, pretty much. And now we know that she's the one who gave the sorceress her book. Apparently this pony wouldn't even have any power if it weren't for this bat, so that's good. Maybe the secret message of this game is nerds are evil.
But what is a book? Like, she gave us a book, but what is this book that we're talking about? Because she already had zombies.
Yeah, that is true.
So
she already had her
zombies. It's not the
zombies.
zebra book, because imagine she got from the zebra.
Yeah, okay, I don't know. She gave me my book back and said she wouldn't allow me to the cult as a guinea... She wouldn't allow me to the cult as a guinea pig for my studies, but offered me a small horde instead to observe. Okay, once again, English is, I can't even there, but sure. How could I say no?
Using Coit as a guinea pig for her studies.
Yeah, I get the idea.
Okay.
I could count the ways, but keep going. It's more just that it was poorly written.
Yeah.
Leading me to the basement, I followed her until we were over a large labyrinth. From above, I noticed the small horde was actually one of many, planted strategically at dead ends of the maze. When I asked what this was all for, she shouted a command from across the room to begin the entertainment. Then I saw a stallion with blondish mane and tan coat running from the entrance in a panic. Slowly, a very uneasy feeling welled up when I watched the stallion run for his life. I turned to the necromancer and see an evil grin slowly form on her face, whispering for him to make a wrong move. Man, what a bitch. I mean, she's already a bitch in making zombies and stuff, but she's very sadistic, I've noticed. It's like, I could just murder this guy, but I'm gonna watch him I'm gonna get a boner from watching him run around this maze that I made for no reason.
You gotta at least take passion in what you do, right?
I guess. She sure does that. He eventually did, and it was torn apart, just like that. His cries of agony combined with the necromancer's laughter echoed in the room. That uneasy feeling came to a head as I screamed out in horror. She turned to me and asked if that was satisfactory for my studies. I told her that of all the monsters that I've documented in my lifetime, she was the worst one of them all. It's a pretty sick burn, I've gotta admit.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick burn, but I will reiterate it, this character is not very smart.
Yeah, that's it's like,
she could
I
have
know
played
you
this
just
cool and gone home.
Yeah, she could have played this cool, and just gotten out of here, because apparently this lady didn't care. Probably because this is a Batmare, and... Actually, I was gonna say it's because she's a Batmare, and not from Ponyville, but the Changeling isn't from Ponyville either. He's from Trottingham or something, and she specifically called him out. She's like, you Changeling scum, get down here and get fucked, bitch.
But that's probably because she could use him.
Probably. I guess she does have plans for him. I doubt she really could do anything with this bat pony.
Yeah,
but I guess having...
Maybe she just, like, straight up liked the bat pony. I mean, the bat pony was studying monsters and was interested in Zombie Kid. Like, she might be an evil, crazy pony, but you could still like people.
Yeah, I guess that's a point. As soon as I said that, a few zombies tackled me from behind and held me down. I don't think I've ever been as scared in my entire life. But instead of killing me then and there, she threw me in here and told me to play nice with the rest of the prisoners. Well, that story just gave me a new goal in life. I want her face to have an intimate relationship with my back hooves. You know, that was still a little botched, but I appreciate the enthusiasm, Final Scratch. I agree.
But when I saw her redness, I was like, oh shit, is Vina gonna die from the ghosts? Because that's what I keep expecting to happen.
Yeah, I know, that's the only funny thing. I appreciate the idea that the background changes with character emotions, but the background also changes with the kind of the damage meter, or fear, or whatever you want to call it. So it's a little weird when in conversation they just turn red. Well, I like your newfound appreciation for her demise. See, that's the kind of line I like for comedy in this situation. I don't know why, I just think that's amazing. I like your newfound appreciation for her demise. We can't just go hoof to hoof to her without a plan. She's strong and she has an army of undead to back her up. I mean, you could try, but I'd rather not finish that thought. That's why I'm going to formulate a plan to take her down and complete the undead chapter of my book to prevent any possible zombie outbreaks. Sounds tight, how can I help? You have a friend above, right? See if she can learn anything she can about zombies and ghosts, and then relay the information to me. I'll compare it to my notes and see if it's useful information to use against the necromancer or not. I'm ready to help out, but this actually seems like it could be an interesting mechanic. I'm curious to see how she'll help in the actual game.
Besides being adorable.
Well, yes. Besides being adorable, but I think most ponies, except for the fat bee pony, get that down. Nobody likes the fat. Everyone calls her the chubby pony. It's just true, I guess. Okay, I'll prepare my notes. Yo, Tabby, you there? I guess it was her too. Okay.
I'm here, Vina. What do you need?
One of the ponies down here wants to know what you know about ghosts and zombies.
Oh, well, I suppose that I may have learned one or two things while constantly running for my life. Alright, I tell you all I know about them. Listen carefully.
Okay, I'm back. Lay whatever questions you got on me. Alright then. First of all, I know that zombies will eat anything that is a living creature, but what happens if they don't find anything to eat in a long time? Well, once again, she didn't give us any information, so this is very hard to do.
They form a society. They play cricket.
Yes,
they turn
exactly.
British, because all British people are zombies.
They'll probably starve to death, or do you want to just say they'll form a society?
I think they starve to death. Because I think the zombie is weak. Because he's starved.
That makes sense. Oh. Okay, well, I saw that the necromancer was commanding those zombies. That means that these zombies can be intelligent, right? Zombies, but aliens in disguise. I'll shift away from zombies. I think in this case, it doesn't really matter what you tell her anyways. But I like that answer. Well, let's shift away from zombies for a second. Do the ghosts in the house concisely know what they're doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
They just seem to be spooky. I mean, we saw, Dual Eyes, or whatever his name was, Snake Eyes.
Right, I think they're talking about the ghosts that turn you insane.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they seem to consciously be trying to kill you.
Yes, they do. So how do they tie in with the necromancer's grand scheme? So zombies double the intensity of their spooky powers.
One good cop, that is a bad cop. Together they fight crime. I think it's actually, like, if you can be serious.
Yeah. I'll do that one. So the zombie and the ghosts are working together means that the necromancer is more than she lets on. What exactly is she? She has excellent charisma. She's a politician whose campaign is going really wrong.
But I think we have one ever to avoid here.
Yeah,
the first one is the best we got.
It's the best we got, but even that I actually think is a lie.
I don't know how long ago the kid died.
That is true. We don't know how long ago the kid died. You're not treating this seriously, are you? Oh, come on. I'm trying to make you laugh. I like to laugh as much as the next bat, but humor has no place in scientific study. Oh. Get serious and come back and help me out when you're ready. Okay.
We're being semi-serious here.
Okay, I'm gonna answer all of them as seriously as I can, because I know I did answer the one not seriously. And see if you can actually get this right now. Okay, they will starve to death. That makes the most sense.
Yeah. Actually, I think they their own bodies. I mean, the zombies are like already numbed on, right?
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
I think it's the second one.
Yeah, she's trained them to do simple tasks. Ghosts, they're all just mindlessly drifting, maybe?
I feel like that either, but go with that one.
Let's see. Ghosts distract them. Well, thanks for the input. It seems like it was all coming together. Okay. But in the end, my hypothesis, my battle plan, and my rough draft has holes in its logic. Okay, so this might just be one that is closer to being right, but isn't correct, because we didn't do any dumb answers, but I don't know if you can get it all right currently. You know me, I like to be completely thorough, but I know we'll nail it next time. Come back if your friend learns anything else, okay? Do you want to try again, or do you think that's the best we're going to do? Okay, one more go. One more go to see if this can actually lead anywhere right now. Okay. So you think they eat their own bodies?
Let's go with them.
Okay, oh wait, these are, she's trained them to do simple tasks, that one's obvious. What do you think about ghosts? They just love to be spooky?
Let's say that.
Okay. And then
but if you take that one, then you walk yourself into whatever.
Okay, she says the same. I don't think we're gonna be able to get it without any other hints. Oops, that's not what I meant. No! Okay, let's answer this as dumbly as possible, but I doubt she'll have any other reactions in the,
Answer this one as possible.
Hmm?
Give it one more chance. Answer the third one.
Okay, they will starve to death.
Let's go with the fourth one.
Okay.
Let's say with the third one. Let's say with... So, I mean, I would say... The only serious one here is the third one, right?
Yeah, it is. And then this one's just that.
Yeah.
Once again, this is the only serious one there.
Whatever, I like give up.
Okay. She's still reading that book, but she'll take the time to listen to me. Yeah, it's true. Okay. One more go at all the dumbest answers, then I think we're ready to end off here. Because, really, there's just nothing else to be said.
What if you just say, I don't know?
That's fair. They'll form they'll form their own society. Let's see. They're just aliens in disguise.
I don't know.
I don't know. It means necromancer's more than she lets on. What exactly is she serious? I have no idea. You're not treating this seriously, are you? No, man, That'd be funny. I'm trying to make you laugh. Humor is just, you're bad at this, Final. You're bad and you should feel bad.
Some of these things when you go through the maze.
Yeah.
About how smart the zombies probably are.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll learn some of them when you go through the maze. I'm sure you'll learn a lot of it through the main game playing with Octavia. I wonder with the text skips, if that's text skips for the sake of the demo, or if that's text skips because it's things you already are going to know.
Because you already know, but I would still maybe have it as cliff notes repeated, but whatever, we'll see. Still, yeah, thank you all for watching.
Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna add that I agree with that before I do the end off, because if the person who's making this is watching, I like having the mystery elements, but even if it's repeated info, since some of this stuff is stuff that you would learn over the course of the game, I think it'd be useful to the player to have it repeated by the characters, because there's no reason not to, except for to not tell the player, but it's stuff the player should know, they just might have misremembered something. So, I guess what I'm saying is there's just no reason to not have them repeat it again. Anyways.
Just do it in cliff notes, so like in shorter form, not in 15-page long essay.
Right, exactly. Anyways, that's our end thoughts on this. Thank you all for watching. This demo has still been a blast, even with some of the sillier stuff, and I hope to see you all next time.
Take care.